He once had only $7 in his pocket, rejected from professional football, sleeping on the floor of a rundown apartment, and feeling like the whole world had turned its back on him. But just a few years later, the name Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was dominating every stage, from the WWE wrestling ring to Hollywood screens, from the gym to the red carpet, from delivering powerful motivational speeches to building a nearly billion-dollar fortune. How did a man of color, with Samoan heritage and a background rooted in poverty, rise to become one of the most powerful figures in the entertainment world? Is he truly the real-life superhero the media makes him out to be? Or is there another side behind the spotlight? Unspoken conflicts and untold struggles? Sit back, because in this video, you're about to uncover the lesser-known life story of The Rock. From a turbulent childhood, crushing career setbacks, his rocky relationship with Vin Diesel, to his breakthrough as the most bankable man on the planet. A story not just about muscles, fame, or wealth, but a saga of resilience and reinvention. If you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to subscribe for more. The journey of his childhood. Dwayne Douglas Johnson, known globally as The Rock, was born on May 2nd, 1972, in Hayward, California. He comes from a rich multi-ethnic background. His father was a Black Canadian of African descent, and his mother is Samoan, a cultural legacy that would later deeply shape his public image. An only child, Dwayne was raised in a family where sports and professional wrestling ran in the blood. His father, Rocky Johnson, was one of the first Black wrestlers to find major success in the WWF, while his maternal grandfather, Peter Maivia, was a legendary Samoan figure deeply respected in the wrestling community. But Dwayne's early years were far from glamorous. His family moved frequently, California, New Zealand, and back to the US, often struggling financially. He once shared how there were times they couldn't afford rent, and he'd seen his mother cry because they didn't have enough money for food. Those tough experiences didn't break him, they fueled him. While living in New Zealand, Dwayne attended a middle school where he first discovered football, a sport that would later open the door to a scholarship. Back in the US, Dwayne enrolled at Freedom High School in Pennsylvania, where he excelled in both football and track and field. With his towering height, early muscular build, and discipline inherited from his family, he quickly stood out as a star athlete, earning a full scholarship to the University of Miami, home to one of the strongest football programs in the country. There, he played as a defensive tackle and won the NCAA National Championship in 1991 with the Miami Hurricanes. However, his football career hit a dead end due to repeated injuries, and he was eventually cut by the Canadian team Calgary Stampeders just 2 months into the season. That failure plunged Dwayne into a deep low. At one point, he was living in a tiny apartment with his girlfriend and had only $7 to his name. But that rock-bottom moment was also the turning point that led him to professional wrestling, a path where family legacy, childhood passion, and the sheer pressure to survive came together to forge a legend. Guided by his father and members of the Anoa'i family, a dynasty in the world of Samoan wrestling, Dwayne began training and officially entered the WWE in 1996 under the name Rocky Maivia. The name was a tribute, combining his father's and grandfather's names, honoring those who paved the way before him. But his debut didn't go smoothly. Fans initially rejected him, branding him as a privileged product lacking real charisma. "Die, Rocky, die!" Chants echoed through the arenas. That was when Dwayne made the bold decision to reinvent himself, shedding the wholesome people's champ image to become The Rock, a cocky, sharp-witted, stage-commanding character. This transformation turned him into one of the most beloved icons in WWE history and opened the door to Hollywood, where he would conquer the world in an entirely new way. WWE Career. After signing with WWF, now WWE, in 1996, Dwayne Johnson officially made his debut under the ring name Rocky Maivia, a tribute that blended the names of his father, Rocky Johnson, and his grandfather, Peter Maivia. While the gesture was meant to honor his wrestling lineage, the name came across to many fans as stiff, forced, and lacking personality. He was introduced as a traditional babyface, a clean-cut good guy who always smiled, played by the rules, and upheld honor. but the audience didn't buy it. Chants of "Die, Rocky, die" erupted at arenas, delivering a heavy, emotional blow to him. But instead of backing down, Dwayne saw it as an opportunity to evolve. With his natural charisma and fearless stage presence, he proposed a daring pivot, turning heel, a villain. He dropped the Rocky Maivia moniker and officially adopted the name The Rock. From there, he crafted a persona that was arrogant, sharp-tongued, and wickedly entertaining. His signature line, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking," became an instant catchphrase and a hallmark of his act. Rather than chase applause, The Rock captivated audiences by taunting his rivals, delivering razor-sharp trash talk, and radiating supreme confidence every time he stepped into the ring. Thanks to his unmatched promo skills, his ability to work the mic, and his explosive in-ring style, The Rock quickly became a centerpiece of the Attitude Era, the most iconic period in WWE history. During this era, WWE was defined by larger-than-life characters and boundary-pushing storylines. The Rock was at the center of some of its greatest rivalries, battling legends like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Mankind, and The Undertaker. His showdowns with Austin at WrestleMania are still hailed as defining moments of a generation, where athleticism met theater and spectacle in unforgettable fashion. What set The Rock apart wasn't just his wrestling prowess, but his uncanny ability to connect with the crowd. He knew when to make them laugh, when to rile them up, and when to deliver moments that would live on forever. With his chiseled physique, evolving technical skills, and a deep sense of timing, he wasn't just a wrestler. He was what the WWE called a sports entertainer in the truest sense. Over the course of his WWE career, The Rock won a total of 10 world championships, 8 WWF/WWE Championship titles, and 2 WCW/World titles. He also held the Tag Team Championship 5 times and won the 2000 Royal Rumble. Even though his wrestling career was shorter than many other legends, his impact and star power were undeniable. He was frequently named Superstar of the Year, Personality of the Year, and headlined countless main events at WrestleMania, the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. Beyond just dominating the ring, The Rock was instrumental in taking WWE global. His star power transcended borders, helping WWE expand its fan base into Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. Even fans that didn't follow the technical side of wrestling could still fall in love with The Rock for his charisma, humor, and authenticity. He proved that a wrestling persona could transcend the sport and become a pop culture phenomenon. In the early 2000s, just as his wrestling fame hit its peak, The Rock began transitioning into film. His breakout role in The Mummy Returns, 2001, kicked off a slow departure from full-time wrestling as he set his sights on a new challenge, Hollywood. However, he never truly left wrestling behind. He made several high-profile returns to WWE, including at WrestleMania 18 in 2012, where he famously defeated John Cena in a globally hyped showdown. That comeback was a statement that no matter how far he climbed in Hollywood, The Rock would always stay true to where he acting career. After becoming an icon in the wrestling world, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson made his move into the world of cinema with one bold goal in mind: to conquer Hollywood with his own unique blend of strength, humor, and relatability. While many wrestlers before him had dabbled in film, most never moved beyond side roles or low-budget action flicks. Dwayne, however, took a more strategic and long-term approach. He didn't just want to be in movies. He wanted to become a true box office star. His first big break came in 2001 when he appeared in The Mummy Returns as the Scorpion King, a villain with an imposing presence and unforgettable visual design. Though his screen time was brief and the CGI used in the film drew some criticism, the character left a strong impression on audiences. A year later, he landed his first leading role in The Scorpion King, 2002, a spin-off centered entirely around his character. The film grossed over $165 million worldwide and earned Dwayne more than $5 million, making him one of the highest-paid actors ever for a debut lead role, a Guinness World Record at the time. Over the following years, Dwayne tested his range by exploring various film genres: action, walking tall, the rundown, comedy, The Game Plan, Tooth Fairy, and even darker roles such as the villain in Doom, 2005. While not every project was a commercial hit, each role reflected his dedication and clear improvement as an actor. Gradually, audiences stopped viewing him as just a wrestler trying to act and began to respect him as a legitimate actor who approached his craft with seriousness and purpose. His true breakthrough came in 2011 when he joined the Fast and Furious universe as DSS agent Luke Hobbs in Fast 5. His character was written as a relentless, powerful enforcer who also had emotional depth, a perfect foil to Vin Diesel's Dominic Toretto. The performance didn't just breathe new life into a flagging franchise. It launched it into a whole new tier of global popularity and box office domination. Since then, Dwayne has become a recurring figure in the series, solidifying his status as one of its most crucial stars. Capitalizing on that momentum, Dwayne began landing lead roles in massive action films like San Andreas, 2015, Rampage, 2018, and Skyscraper, 2018. But perhaps his most impressive box office wins came from the Jumanji franchise. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, 2017, and its sequel Jumanji: The Next Level, 2019. These films allowed audiences to see a new side of him, a comedic, self-deprecating, and adaptable actor who could charm children and families just as easily as he could thrill action fans. These blockbusters not only grossed hundreds of millions worldwide, but also broadened his appeal across multiple demographics. Beyond acting, Dwayne also took on producing through his company 7 Bucks Productions, a venture he co-founded with his ex-wife and longtime manager, Danny Garcia. The company has been behind many of his successful projects, including the HBO series Ballers, which delves into the lives of NFL athletes, the sitcom Young Rock, based on his own childhood, and several film and TV ventures currently in development. His work as a producer highlights his vision not just as an actor, but as a businessman who wants control over his content and career trajectory. In 2022, Dwayne officially entered the superhero arena with Black Adam in the DC Extended Universe, DCU. Although the movie received mixed reviews and underperformed at the box office, his portrayal of a morally complex antihero reflected his desire to keep reinventing himself and avoid creative stagnation. Still, following strategic shakeups within the DC universe, the future of Black Adam remains uncertain. In addition to traditional cinema, Dwayne has branched into television, game shows, documentaries, voice acting, and social media. One of his most beloved roles is Maui, the demigod he voiced in Disney's Moana, 2016. The character was especially adored by younger audiences and helped Dwayne win over the Disney fan base. Moana's success not only expanded his brand to new age groups, but also reinforced his status as a multi-generational icon. Thanks to an impressive string of box office hits, Dwayne Johnson has come to embody values like perseverance, optimism, strength, and loyalty, core themes he's maintained from his wrestling days all the way to the silver screen. Constantly evolving, always refreshing his persona, he has become the gold standard for athletes transitioning into entertainment. If in wrestling he was the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, in Hollywood, he's earned the title of the most bankable star of the modern era. Drama and scandals. Although Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is known for being friendly, professional, and far less scandal-prone than many of his Hollywood peers, his more than 2 decades in the public haven't been entirely drama-free. One of the most talked-about controversies involves his strained relationship with co-star Vin Diesel in the Fast and Furious franchise. Initially hailed as the perfect duo, complementing each other in both physique and on-screen charisma, rumors of tension between the two began surfacing during the production of Fast 8, The Fate of the Furious. Reports suggested that they often refused to film scenes together and had major disagreements about work ethic and creative direction. Things escalated when Dwayne posted a cryptic message on Instagram, calling some of his male co-stars candy asses, a phrase implying they were weak and unprofessional. While he didn't name names, it was widely assumed he was referring to Vin Diesel. Though the two eventually appeared to reconcile publicly and continued working on separate projects within the franchise, such as the spin-off Hobbs and Shaw, The rift left a lasting impression, especially on fans who cherish the franchise's theme of family unity. Beyond interpersonal conflicts, Dwayne has also faced criticism for allegedly exerting too much control behind the scenes of his projects. Some industry insiders claim he prioritizes his personal brand over team spirit. One specific example involves contractual clauses in Hobbs and Shaw, which reportedly stated that his character could not lose a fight under any circumstances. These stipulations made storytelling more difficult and were said to frustrate other cast members. Such extreme image protection clauses became a topic of debate in the film community, fueling rumors about the silent power he wields in Hollywood. Dwayne's social media presence hasn't been immune to backlash either. During the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic, he was criticized for being slow to publicly support frontline workers or use his platform for awareness. It wasn't until he and his family contracted the virus that he spoke out, urging fans to wear masks and practice social distancing. While his message was ultimately well-received, some felt his response came too late, and only once he was personally affected. Another polarizing moment came in 2023 when Dwayne made a massive donation to support striking actors during the industry's labor dispute, fueled by issues such as AI, unfair wages, and poor working conditions. While many praised him for stepping up and showing solidarity, others accused him of engaging in a PR stunt to polish his image, especially at a time when his film Black Adam was underperforming and his character had just been cut from the revamped DC universe. The gesture, while generous, sparked questions about whether it came from genuine concern or calculated strategy. As for his personal life, Dwayne has largely avoided the romantic scandals that often plague stars of his caliber. Still, it hasn't been entirely smooth sailing. His first marriage to producer Dany Garcia, who remains his business partner and co-founder of $7 Productions, ended in 2008 after more than a decade together. Though their split was amicable and they've maintained a strong professional relationship, some in the entertainment world found their ongoing closeness unusual, especially after Dwayne went public with Lauren Hashian, his current wife. There's no evidence of overlapping relationships, but the sudden shift did raise some eyebrows. Another headline-making rumor surfaced in 2023 when whispers began that Johnson might one day run for president of the United States. While he has never formally confirmed any political ambitions, frequent mentions in political polls and his public statements about justice, equality, and social responsibility have led to intense speculation. Supporters see him as a unifying figure with crossover appeal, while critics dismiss the idea as little more than a publicity stunt to boost his public profile beyond entertainment. Despite the occasional controversies and media scrutiny, Dwayne Johnson is widely respected for the way he handles public pressure. He rarely engages in direct conflict, avoids unnecessary drama, and maintains a calm, composed public image. This thoughtful approach, combined with his tireless work ethic and principled persona, has helped him preserve widespread admiration, something few celebrities manage to achieve across such a diverse and high-profile career. Wealth and investments. Dwayne Johnson isn't just one of the most recognizable action stars in the world. He's also one of the most financially influential figures in the entertainment industry. According to Forbes, he's consistently ranked among the highest-paid actors globally, raking in tens of millions of dollars each year from film roles, endorsements, personal branding, and business ventures. His net worth is estimated to exceed $800 million, and he's widely expected to hit the billion-dollar mark soon if his current ventures continue to thrive. A major portion of Dwayne's fortune comes from his massive film earnings. On average, he commands $20 to $25 million per lead role, not including box office bonuses and back-end profit deals. For blockbuster franchises like Fast and Furious and Jumanji, he also receives a percentage of the total gross, meaning his take-home from a single project can exceed $30 million. Beyond acting, he's landed high-value endorsement deals with global brands like Under Armour, Ford, Apple, and Zoe Energy. One of Dwayne's smartest financial moves was co-founding $7 Productions in 2012 with his ex-wife and longtime business partner Dany Garcia. The name $7 refers to the time when he was cut from the Canadian Football League and had just $7 in his wallet. More than just a production company, it has become a media empire, responsible for hit projects like Ballers, Young Rock, Hobbs and Shaw, Jungle Cruise, and Black Adam. Through this company, Dwayne maintains creative control, manages his image, and shares in the profit from the content he stars in. Outside entertainment, Dwayne is an active investor. He co-founded ZOA Energy, a health-conscious energy drink brand targeting fitness enthusiasts and performance-driven consumers. With his massive social media reach, over 390 million Instagram followers as of 2025, Dwayne doesn't need to rely on traditional advertising. A single post from him can spark global buzz. Thanks to this built-in marketing power, ZOA quickly expanded into thousands of supermarkets, gyms, and sports retailers across the U.S. Another standout success is his Project Rock apparel line, developed in partnership with Under Armour. The brand features athletic gear, shoes, shirts, backpacks, and accessories inspired by Dwayne's relentless training ethos. The slogan, "Hardest worker in the room," resonates with millions, making each new release a major sales event. With every drop, Project Rock routinely pulls in millions of dollars in revenue within days. On the real estate front, Dwayne owns multiple luxury properties across Georgia, Florida, and Beverly Hills. One of his most notable estates is a $27 million mansion in Beverly Park, formerly owned by music icon Paul Reiser. Spanning nearly 16,000 square feet, the home includes a private theater, wine cellar, full gym, recording studio, and lush grounds featuring a pool, tennis court, and artificial waterfall. He also holds additional properties for rental income and long-term investment in high-growth areas. A key part of Dwayne's financial strategy has been leveraging his personal brand to build lasting value. He doesn't position himself solely as an actor or wrestler, but as a living symbol of perseverance, discipline, and success. Every project he touches carries the Rock stamp, reflected in his lifestyle, training philosophy, and uplifting mindset. Through social media, he regularly shares motivational videos, behind-the-scenes moments, and his day-to-day grind, creating an authentic and inspiring connection with his fans. This has turned his name into a premium brand that goes far beyond celebrity status. In addition to his business ventures, Dwayne is also deeply involved in philanthropy through the Dwayne Johnson Rock Foundation. This nonprofit focuses on supporting children with serious illnesses and helping disadvantaged youth. His donations and outreach efforts have had a life-changing impact on countless individuals, further strengthening his reputation as a compassionate and responsible public figure. But Dwayne's ambitions don't stop there. He's actively expanding into tech, healthcare, and even digital content production. Every move is carefully calculated to grow his influence and portfolio. It's no surprise that many experts believe Dwayne Johnson could become the first self-made billionaire to emerge from the world of WWE, a feat